Hello. I am out of the hospital. I got discharged yesterday. This is Loving Guiding Light here on YouTube, my channel. I am Keisha, and I bring messages to you all from God, Creator, Universe, Ancestors, um, Holy Spirit. We all have a very intimate name in which we call God, Creator, and mine just so happens to be Creator. However, you have the name in which you may adhere to your Creator as being something different. I am here just to bring you all a message and an update. I was hospitalized for blockaging in my intestinals, and I came on here while I was in the hospital and spoke briefly with you all in regards to the things we're putting in our bodies and how, because of this ascension that we are going through, our bodies are starting to reject a lot of the things that we are eating. It's because of the fact that a lot of the things that we are eating have been manipulated. They've been, you know, sprayed with some type of pesticides if it's produce, or they've been on some type of structure. What do you call that? Where they are manufacturing the food, and then the products are, you know, um, heavily tainted with a lot of preservatives and stuff like that are not really good for the body. They're carcinogens. They're not pure. They're unhealthy, and the body is starting to reject the things in which we're putting in it. Now, this is the second time being hospitalized in a month's time for intestinal blockage. I almost immediately, know when something I've eaten is not real, because my stomach will start to cramp and I start to get gassy and I start to feel unwell. And then, of course, I start to feel bloated, um, and my stomach starts to hurt really bad. Then I may start vomiting and all these other things, because it's unable to be digested by my system because it's not natural. It's not. It's not coming from the earth. It's not created from the earth. It's coming from the soil. So during this ascension, you may be struggling and finding that you too are having symptoms. It doesn't necessarily always have to be digestive issues. A lot of us are having digestive issues. You could be having flu-like symptoms. I just wanted y'all to see this. I don't know if I can flip the camera, but I'm going to try. It's just a gorgeous day out here today in Georgia. And I'm going to flip my camera if I can, just a second. Nope, it won't allow me to flip it. I have no idea why, but it's so stupid. I know I was able to do it the other day. I've done something messing around in the settings, and I'm going to have to figure it out. Anyway, I will continue. So, on this ascension, everyone is ascending right now, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, because some of the people are still slumbering. They really don't know what's going on. They just know that something is happening. Now, what happened to the lighting? Hold on, y'all. There we go. So something is happening within the body, and people are not sure what's going on, especially if they're not consciously aware, if they're not awoke, and they don't know what's going on. But it's a lot of us that are awakened, especially the ones that are drawn to channels that, like myself, Loving Guiding Light. I'm Keisha. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love getting outside in nature. It's just so beautiful and serene and peaceful and calming and therapeutic. I suggest you do it. Um, so people are ascending and they're not aware of what's going on with their body. They just feel ill. Possibly they could be struggling like with flu-like symptoms. They could be having digestive issues like myself. I am now starting to reject certain things that are not pure or wholesome or nutritional, or that are coming from the earth, that have not been manipulated in some sense, manufactured, or sprayed with any type of pesticides. I immediately start to get ill, and I go through this whole situation with my stomach cramping and whatnot. So the last month I've been hospitalized twice for blockages, and it's because of the stuff that's in the food. We got to be consciously aware and mindful of everything we eat and everything we are putting in our body. Everything is not um, fueling our body the way that it should, because it's been modified in some sense. A lot of produce and so forth has GMO, and I can't think of the other thing. GMO done to it and whatnot. And then you got your meat. I don't eat meat, but you have meat and stuff that has been made in labs. They're not telling people. They're just putting it out on the shelves and in the market for people to buy. People are eating this stuff. Their bodies is rejecting it. It's causing ailments and all that. So I say all this to say that please be aware of what you're eating. Read your labels. There's a lot of things in the food that are carcinogens that are not good for us, that are constantly making us sick. We're having reactions, either digestive issues, rashes, all kinds of stuff. And they'll tell you, oh, they'll try to label you with a ailment, maybe an autoimmune disease or something like that. It is nothing to do with that. It's the fact that they're poisoning us through the food system. If you don't believe me, start reading the back of the labels of your food and enter the information in your Chrome or Google and search the definitions of some of the stuff that's in the food, and it will blow your brains back. Okay, it will tell you what those things are, and that they are indeed carcinogens, and they're not meant for human consumption. I'm encouraging you all to be mindful. Please be mindful that this is a spiritual war. Okay, we are in a spiritual war. It goes far deeper than what you've been taught, I've been taught, and throughout our lifetime, and not just ours, but our mothers, fathers, and their mothers and fathers. It's been going on from many, many hundreds of years. This is a spiritual worship. People are awakening to all the lies and deceit they've been fed over courses of many years, their lifetime. The educational system, all of it. It's pretty much a bunch of hogwash. You can do your own research. I can only bring this to you in an encouragement that that's what you do. Because I can bring you information, but you have to be the one that does the research, because knowledge is powerful. You don't want to believe that we are in a system where the government is against us and all of that. But as God is my witness, that's the only way I can see it, is that our own government is the enemy, and the whole time we thinking they have our best interests at heart, and they don't. They're in the bed with the FDA. They allow certain things to come into this country and be, distributed and given to us for us to eat. Stuff that's making us sick. They're in the beds with the pharmaceutical companies. All these types of things. They're all in the bed together. And it's all boils down to the bottom line and lining their pockets. The food makes us sick. It makes us to stay on this hamster wheel, to keep going to the doctors, getting medication, being diagnosed with all these different ailments. Then, because of the prescriptions and all the side effects from the medication, you get other ailments. And then you on that, having to see specialists and going to get put on more medication and more medication. And it's just a hamster wheel that you never get off until you wake up and realize that it's not anything that you're doing to yourself, and it's just not ailments that come upon the body in a natural sense. It's ailments because of what we're consuming through our mouths, the food we're eating, what they're doing to the animals, what they're pumping in the animals. I don't eat meat, but I did. I did 6 years ago. I stopped, well, it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was a meat eater, but I was really, really sick all the time. I had been diagnosed with lupus. I was going through so much. I was so tired of seeing doctors. I mean, literally, doctors every other day, specialists. Test this, test that, test this, figure this out. Nothing could be figured out. They're all just guessing, trying to come up with what was going on with me. I finally got diagnosed with lupus, and it was discoid lupus, which affects my skin, my joints, and all these different things. And I spoke to another woman who had been diagnosed with lupus as well, and she told me that she had stopped eating meat, and once she did that, she just started to feel better. Well, let me tell you, I stopped eating meat 4 years ago, and since then my health has done a 360-degree turn. Am I still having other things going on? Yes, I am, because they're still poisoning the food. And no matter, even though I've cut out the chicken, meat, pork, beef, all that, I still occasionally eat seafood, salmon, shrimp, occasionally lobster, and crab legs. And I eat that in moderation because of the mercury content. Not to mention all the shit that's going into our water. Forgive my language, because they're putting all this stuff in the water. It's even affecting the animals within the water, you know. So I just eat that in moderation. But for the most part, I do a plant-based diet. However, they're even finding ways to fuck with the plants. It's like, can you just leave it alone? God knew exactly what he was doing when he created food for us to eat. He knew what he wanted for us to be able to sustain off of. It was never intended, really, from what I understand, for us to eat meat. That's what they've taught us over our lifetime. And they do it because they feed those animals so much crap. And then we eat it, and then we start getting sick. But the plants, now they're doing GMO, you know, buying up all the farm land, and then planting their own crap, and then not just that, spraying it down with pesticides that are carcinogens, that's making us sick, that our bodies are rejecting. I mean, it is a very, very sick, twisted situation that we all human beings are in, dealing with these powers that be, those elites, those people that think that they should be the only people on this earth, and they own everything and we'll own nothing and be happy. Those are the people that is controlling and doing all the things that they're doing to keep us sick, keep us going to the doctors and lining their pockets with our money. And then we're the little slave workers working in their companies, keeping them on top, the billionaires, because that's how they set the system up. Okay, I want you all to understand. Read, dig, do your research. I don't have no reason to bring you this information as being untruth. I bring it to you because I love you all. We are all created by the same God. We are all one. We are all his children, and therefore we are all brothers and sisters. And we have to come together. We have to unite, and we have to take our power back. We put these people in these offices. We voted them into this office thinking that they had our best interests at heart, but they don't. All they care about is their pockets, the bottom line, and how they can get wealthy, and how they can keep the people, the American people, down in bondage, and trapped, ensnared in the debt that we have because of the credit cards and homes and cars and stuff that we purchase, and which are all a bunch of hogwash. The contracts in which we sign, those are all just written in they're written up in the contracts aren't worth the paper they're written on. I just suggest that you invest $5. I think I paid $5, maybe $5.95 for a book. Know your straw man and everything you need to know about him. If you buy that book and you read it, it's a little small book. It's less than 75 pages. I promise you, it will blow your brains back. It is going to have you so upset knowing that we all been duped, especially financially anyway, and how the banks have been so powerful because they're getting double paid for homes and cars and all that. Just buy the book. Invest $5.90 in that book and watch how it blows your brains back. You are going to be like coming to me saying, man, it's unbelievable. But I just wanted to come on here and share with you all that I am out. I'm in nature. I'm doing what I love, and that's coming outside, connecting with God, connecting with, you know, trees. You know, I'm that chick you would see outside hugging the trees for the energy, the good energy that they give me. Getting outside, getting fresh air into your body is very therapeutic, so I encourage you to do that. Go somewhere in your neighborhood, go somewhere to a local park, lake. I don't care what it is. Get outside, connect with nature. This is the most therapeutic thing you can do for yourself on a daily basis. It's good for a positive outlet, you know, walking, getting that fresh air in your lungs. But I'm out. I'm going to do everything I can to go through my diet again, and I'm going to look for a local farmer here in Georgia and start to try to buy produce from them, because I'm finding that a lot of the produce in the market, grocery stores and so forth, have a lot of pesticides. One in particular that you might want to look up is called a pill, APEEL. And your friend Bill Gates, he invented it. And what it does is a preservative to preserve the vegetables and the fruits and all of that. But when you go to the site, it tells you that it is not, if it comes in contact with your skin and all that, to wash it immediately and all these different things. But yet, they spray it on your food for you to consume. So if they're telling you to wash it off of your skin immediately if you should come in contact with it, what do you think it's doing to you internally? It's doing a lot of damage. So here in Georgia, we have a few farmers markets, but they so far out, and that's why I would like to find a farmer closer to me, because I don't want to drive all over the world for healthy produce. See, they make it harder for the middle Americans to get to good wholesome food. Like, they got Whole Foods, and it's another one they got, Sprouts. What's the other one? Ted, some other market. Anyway, all these markets they have. However, they don't have them conveniently anywhere around us. You know, we got to go drive 20 miles to get to them after you work all day and you attend to your children and you just, all the responsibilities that a normal human being has. Who the hell wants to drive another 20, 30 miles to get fresh, whole produce that's good, that's not poisoning their bodies? No one. So I'm trying to find something local to my home that is easily accessible to me, preferably a local farmer where I know that this stuff is sprouting out of the earth and not some lab grown bull crap that they've put together and they just put out in the market. That is my hopes and my desires. I'm encouraging you, my brothers and sisters, all of y'all, to do the same. But do your work, do the due diligence to know what it is that you're eating and what you're putting in your body, because it is going to really startle you, the information that you will find. I love you all. I pray for you all. I'm lifting us all up in prayer constantly on a daily basis because of everything that's going on around us. I'm praying for us all. We are all brothers and sisters, and we have to unite and come together in order to take back our power. So, until next time, if you feel led to do so, please share this video. If you feel led to do so, please like the video. It will help to get me in the circulation of the algorithm here on YouTube for more people to see it. We have to wake one another up. That is ultimately my only goal, is to get my brothers and sisters awakened to what is really going on, to really show you all. And it don't matter one way or the other. Everybody's going to be awakened. It may not happen today. It's going to happen because we're ascending, and we all are going to awaken to the truth, and all the lies and deceit that we've been fed over our lifetimes is going to be unveiled. But I am trying to help that to happen. I'm trying to manifest that to happen, because the quicker everybody wakes up, the quicker we can come together and we can take these mother effers down. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of all the BS. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to wrap it up. You know, we have our children to look out for. What's coming for them? You know, what's going to be the world for them the way it's looking now? It's pretty fucking scary out here. I'm sure you all can agree. So again, if you feel led to do so, like my video. I thank you for that. And share the video so that it can get circulated in the algorithm for more people to see. Stay encouraged. I'm not bringing information to you to scare you, but to awaken you. Knowledge is powerful. The more you know, the more you can prepare for what it is that you need to do to protect yourself and your family, and to align things in a way in order for you and your family to be okay. So don't take on the energy of fear, because that's what they want. They want us to be in a state of fear all the time because it's a low vibration, and that is how they control the masses. Just be aware of what's going on and do your due diligence. That's all I ask. Again, until next time, I thank you all for coming to see and listen to my videos. I pray that it brings you encouragement, enlightenment, empowerment, and that it will help you to know what is transpiring around us. Okay? Until next time, toodles.